They say neighborhoods are safe. They say HOA disputes are petty. But nothing was petty the moment Karen lifted a revolver, screamed at my 5-year-old daughter riding her tiny pink bicycle, and fired into the pavement 2 feet from her tires. She thought I would freeze. She didn't know I'm a father who doesn't hesitate. My name is Michael Reyes. A father. A husband. A man who thought moving to Maple Ridge HOA would be good for his family. I was wrong. My daughter, Lily, is 5, small, cheerful, always singing her little songs while she rides her pink bicycle with tassels that flutter in the wind. Every afternoon, she rode up and down the sidewalk outside our home. Never in the street. Never disturbing anyone. But our neighbor, Karen Walters, saw Lily differently. To Karen, everything was a violation. Your daughter giggles too loud. Her bicycle is not HOA-approved color. Children riding bicycles should file a community motion request. She even said Lily's bike disrupted aesthetic uniformity. Most people laughed her off. I tried to ignore her. But Karen didn't like being ignored. She wanted control. And nothing angers a control freak more than a happy child they can't control. It started small. Day 1, she photographed Lily riding. Filed a movement violation. Day 2, she delivered a warning letter taped to our door: your daughter's bicycle streamers are visual clutter. Day 3, she stood on her porch with binoculars. Yes. Binoculars. Watching my daughter like she was a threat. When I confronted her, she hissed, "Your daughter is an accident waiting to happen." I looked at Lily, 5 years old, wobbling on training wheels, humming Baby Shark. What kind of accident? I asked. Karen whispered, "The kind I won't be responsible for." Her smile chilled me. But not enough. Not enough to see what was coming next. It was a warm Sunday afternoon. Sun setting. Neighborhood quiet. Sprinklers hissing. Kids laughing down the street. Lily rode her bicycle along the sidewalk, her tassels gleaming in the orange glow of evening. I sat on our porch, sipping iced tea, keeping an eye on her. Then Karen stepped out. Her hair messy. Her eyes wild. Her face red with rage. She screamed across the street, "I warned you." Lily stopped pedaling, confused. She looked back at me. "Daddy, what did I do?" "Nothing, sweetheart," I said, standing up. Karen marched toward the sidewalk, clutching something in her purse. She yelled, "You think rules don't apply to you?" I stepped off the porch. "Karen, that's enough." She pulled out a silver revolver. I froze. Neighbors screamed. Lily's eyes widened, that instinctive fear children have when something is wrong. I shouted, "Lily, come to me." But Lily panicked and pedaled backward, wobbling on her bike. Karen aimed at the ground near her tires and screamed, "Stop that bike." Bang! The gunshot exploded like thunder. Concrete shattered 2 feet from Lily's front tire. She screamed, fell sideways off the bike, and hit the grass. I sprinted forward so fast I nearly tore my knee. Lily sobbed, trembling violently. I dropped to my knees and scooped her into my arms. She was shaking uncontrollably. "Dad! Dad," she shot at me. I pressed her head to my chest. "I know. I've got you. You're safe. I promise." When I stood up, I wasn't just a father anymore. I was a weapon. Karen kept screaming, "It was a warning shot. Your brat doesn't listen." Neighbors poured out of their houses. Some cried. Some yelled. Some ducked behind cars. Karen pointed the gun again, wildly, not firing, but waving it. I stepped forward, shielding Lily behind me. "Drop the weapon, Karen." She laughed, a chilling, unstable laugh. "You don't get to tell me anything. I'm HOA president." I pulled my phone, dialed one number. 911. Officer Reyes, emergency code 33, shots fired, active threat in Maple Ridge HOA. Civilians present. Child endangered. SWAT authorization requested. The dispatcher reacted instantly. They knew my voice. SWAT is en route. ETA, 3 minutes. Karen screamed, "I'm not going to jail. I am the law here." She fired another shot straight into the air. That was her final moment of freedom. I stood between my daughter and the armed madwoman. Every instinct screamed, "Shield the kid. Neutralize the threat. Watch her hands. Keep distance. Don't escalate until backup arrives." My voice stayed steady. "Karen, listen to me. Put the gun down." She paced like a trapped animal. "You don't get it. I make the rules. I decide who belongs here." A neighbor shouted, "You almost killed a child." Karen snapped, "SHE shouldn't have been in the way." Seconds crawled. My heartbeat pounded in my ears. But I watched her hands. Her eyes. Her stance. I was calculating everything. SWAT would be here any second. At exactly 2 minutes, 57 seconds, the silence shattered. "Down. Down. Hands on your head." Armored trucks screeched around the corner. 6 SWAT officers fanned out with ballistic shields. Karen shrieked, panicked, waving the gun. "I'm not going anywhere. This is my neighborhood." Laser dots from rifles locked onto her chest. "Drop the weapon." She spun toward them, screaming incoherently. She didn't even get to finish turning. A beanbag round blasted from a shotgun. Thud. Karen toppled backward into the grass like a falling scarecrow. The gun flew from her hand. Officers tackled her, cuffed her, and dragged her up. She screamed, "He tricked me. He set me up. She shouldn't have been riding that bike." SWAT ignored her. One officer turned to me. "Your daughter okay?" I nodded, holding Lily close. "She's scared. But she's alive." He touched my shoulder. "You saved her." I swallowed hard. "No, she saved herself by pedaling fast." Lily whispered, "Daddy, she hates me." I hugged her tighter. "No, baby. She hates herself. And she tried to take it out on you." Karen was charged with reckless endangerment, firing a gun in a residential zone, threatening a minor, illegal discharge of a firearm, child endangerment. The HOA board dissolved by noon the next day. Neighbors brought flowers, toys, cookies. Lily slept next to me that night, her tiny hand wrapped around my thumb. "Daddy, are we safe now?" I kissed her forehead. "Yes, sweetheart. Because I will never let anyone hurt you." She smiled, drifting to sleep. I stayed awake for hours. Watching the window. Listening for danger. Because when someone fires a gun near your child, you don't ever fully relax again. But at least one thing was certain. Karen would never be back.